Salil bhai, do you mind checking on YouTube if the event is showing up?
I'll check it in 1 second.
Thank you. Ritesh bhai, I'm spotlighting you for now.
Yes.
Confirming it's good on YouTube.
Thank you. Okay, Hemendra bhai is here, admitting him.
Spotlight on the Dhwani पर करें, because Dhwani will be starting.
Should I admit everyone? It's 9 o'clock.
Yes, I think I started getting messages.
Okay. All right. All right, I'm disabling the waiting room now.
Pankaj bhai, if you can rename your screen, please.
And Zoom recording is turned on again. I had paused it, but now it's turned on. Everyone will be on mute until their turn comes, in case you are wondering.
Looks like Pankaj Bhai was not able to rename himself. I see 2 iPhones, so I don't know which one is what here.
I've admitted everyone, Salil bhai, so everybody should be.
We renaming the participant here so you can determine which one is Pankaj.
Ask him to turn his camera on so we can see him.
Actually,
camera is there, but which one of those 2? Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Yeah.
I'll rename him. Okay.
Yeah, no, I just called him. He's changing his name.
And Ritesh bhai, we should request non-participants to turn off their video if they can, so that the participants' video can remain together. Otherwise, it's going to be too many people to find the candidates.
Sure, we can make that announcement beforehand once everybody joins.
Jai Jinendra just sent a message on chat. Seems like quite a few people did not receive the email about this meeting, nor did the Zoom meeting ID, password, and stuff like that. So if there's some way the community can send out a mass email or a message, I know it's too late right now, but whatever few people can join. Because I did get a phone call from someone else also who said that they haven't received. I myself did not receive the email. So
I don't know whether mass email can be sent out right now because Piyush has to send, but there was an email reminder corrected was sent yesterday. So it was sent 2 times, just the same way it is sent by Piyush by everywhere.
You want me to send it again? I can log into that MailChimp account and send the email again.
Oh, if it is possible.
Yeah, Nilesh, if you can do that, I mean, whatever few people can join extra on that.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nilesh bhai. I think we can start the meeting. I think it's 9:05 and there are quite a few people here. So, Dhwani, you want to start?
Jai Jinendra, everyone. We will start with Naukar mantra. So,
Om Namo Arihantanam. Om Namo Siddhanam. Om Namo Ayariyanam. Om Namo Vajayam. Namo Lohi Savasahunam. Eso Panchanamukaro. Sabba Pava Panashano. Mangalanancha Savesing. Paramam Have Mangalam. Vijnandra.
Thank you. Before Dhwani starts, a small request to everyone. If you can, please remain muted. And if any questions, anything, you can put in the chat box to Dhwani. And also, if you can put your video off, so that way the administrator can focus on the candidate video, so it will be easy to identify. Thank you.
a warm welcome to Meet the Candidate session for the 2024 JCSC elections. We are excited to have you all here as we introduce the candidates for the most important positions of President, Vice President, and Board of Directors. We appreciate your participation and engagement in this crucial process that shapes the future of our beloved Jain Center. Now, before we introduce the candidates, let's take a moment to acknowledge the hardworking individuals who make this election possible. The Election Committee is responsible for conducting the election in a fair and neutral manner while adhering to the bylaws of the JCSC. Allow me to introduce the election team. Ritesh Bhai Desai, Election Committee and Chair and current EC member. Viren Bhai Shah, Election Committee member. And myself, Dhwani Savani, Election Committee member and current EC member. We'd like to introduce the candidates who have stepped up to lead our community. We thank all of them for their dedication, time, and relentless efforts in offering to serve our center. This year, we have elections for the following positions. President, we have two candidates, Yogesh Bhai R. Shah and Samir Bhai Mendra Shah. Vice President, we also have two candidates, Jignesh Bhai Mehta, who is running for a one-year term, and Ketan Bhai Parekh, who is running for a two-year term. Board of Directors. There are three candidates and we have two positions available. Ramila Ben Jai Shah, Pankaj Bhai Sheth, and Hemendra Bhai Doshi. In addition to these candidates, we also have uncontested positions. Secretary is Piyush Bhai Jain, Treasurer is Bhavin Bhai Modi, Public Relations is Dharmesh Bhai Shah, EC Member Twinkle Ben Varaya, EC Member J. Bhai Patel, and EC Member Ketan Doshi. These individuals are prepared to work diligently to serve our Jain community. We commend their commitment to the Jain Center of Southern California. As a reminder, voting has started and will continue until 11 a.m. PST on December 2nd, 2023. All eligible live members should have received an email directly from the election runner with the unique voter ID and key. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact the election committee via email jcscelection2024@gmail.com. Your participation is crucial in shaping the future of our center. So please make your voice heard by casting your vote. Once again, thank you to the candidates for stepping up and thank you to all of you for being part of this important process. Best of luck to all the candidates. Thank you for understanding and cooperation. To ensure the smooth operation of this session, we have established some additional rules and regulations for all Zoom members, and my partner Ritesh Bhai will now explain those rules.
Thank you, Dhwani-ben. Jai Jinendra, everyone again. Just a little bit of ground rules, so making sure this session goes smooth. All members are requested to remain muted during the entire session. If any members attempt to unmute themselves, the election committee and the admin people can mute them to maintain the flow of the event. Question submission. So questions should be typed in the chat box to Dhwani Savani only. To facilitate a well-organized Q&A session, please include the name of the candidate to whom your question is addressed. This will help us to ensure each candidate has the opportunity to respond. Now, if your question is to both the candidates of the same position, you can mention both the candidates, or if you would like to have any one of the candidate be having to go first to answer, you can mention that. Otherwise, we will just take it the way the question has been provided. Question review. Questions submitted in the chat will be reviewed by the election committee for any signs of negativity, inappropriateness, or if they're not directly related to the agenda. Election committee will use their discretion in deciding the question to be asked. The goal is to maintain a respectful and relevant Q&A session. Question reading. During the Q&A session, the committee will read out questions aloud for the candidates based on the order it is received to Dhwani's chat box. Any questions received in the general chat box will also be answered if the time permits. We highly encourage people to send it to Dhwani, as the option will be showing, so that way it will be answered in the order it received. This process will ensure that candidates have a fair chance to address relevant and constructive questions from the members. After all the candidates have delivered their speeches, there will be a dedicated 15 to 20 minutes Q&A session to address the question posed by our members. This session is designed to promote a meaningful exchange of ideas and insight. By adhering to these rules, we aim to maintain an organized and respectful environment throughout the event and to allow for a productive discussion between our candidates and the members. Let's proceed with the presentation, and remember to type your question in the chat with the candidate's name to Dhwani Savani only. We appreciate your cooperation in making this event a success. Thank you again for your understanding and cooperation, and let's move forward with the candidate's presentation and the Q&A session. Together, we will work towards a brighter future for our Jain Center. Let's establish some important ground rules for our candidates to ensure a respectful and constructive discussion. Speaking time. Every candidate will have a maximum of 4 minutes to speak and present their vision, qualification, and plans for the position they are running for. A timer will be in place to ensure that everyone gets a fair chance to speak. Candidates are reminded to stay within their allotted time, and they will be receiving a 30-second reminder when their time is almost up. So the team has come up with a clock which will be started when the candidate will start speaking, and it will show a countdown. If the candidate exceeds 4 minutes and 30 seconds, they will be muted to maintain the schedule and fairness of the event. Following the candidate's presentation, there will be 20 minutes Q&A session. Question will be taken in the order as through the Zoom chat. Candidates are encouraged to provide concise answer to the questions, aiming for a maximum of 60 seconds per response. If any questions has multiple questions, then the maximum time allowed is 2 minutes. In that, this will allow us to cover more questions and keep the session engaging. Focus on growth. All candidates should keep their focus on the growth and betterment of the Jain Center. Share your ideas, plans, and vision for our Jain Center's improvement. No negative campaigning. We would highly encourage and like to emphasize that negative campaigning or any form of criticism towards fellow candidates, members, or organizations will not be permitted. We expect all candidates to maintain a positive and respectful tone throughout the session. Treat others as you would like to be treated. Respect the opinions and perspective of fellow candidates. And remember that we are all part of the same community, working towards a common goal. These rules and regulations has been established to ensure that this meet the candidate session remains informative, respectful, and conducive to a healthy exchange of ideas. Let us proceed with the presentation, and we wish all the best. And together we will work towards a better future of the Jain Center. We will start with the following order on the presentation. We'll start with the 3 BOD candidates. First, Ramila Ben Jayesh Bhai Shah, followed by Pankaj Bhai Seth, and then Hemendra Bhai Doshi. After that, we will have the session from the speeches from 2 vice president candidates, which is Ketan Bhai and Jignesh Bhai, and followed by the 2 president candidates, Samir Bhai Shah and Yogesh Bhai Shah. Thank you very much.
Just one quick reminder, candidates, please look at the video of JCSC events. That's where the timer is running. Thank you.
We'll go with Ramila Ben Jayesh Bhai Shah. Nilesh Bhai, you might have to unmute.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm trying to find them. Ramila Ben Shah. Okay. Okay. You can unmute yourself now.
Jai Jinendra. My name is Ramila Shah and I am seeking a position for BOD 2024 to 2027. I have been connected with JCSC since I came to this country in 1981. I personally am not a public person with appearing on a stage or in a photo. But I am someone who likes to work hard, and I believe in letting my work and action speak for me rather than my words. I will not summarize what and where I have worked. You have seen me working at JCSC on a multiple committees. I have applied to be a part of BOD because I believe I will bring devotion and commitment that is necessary for this committee to be a succeed. If elected as a BOD member, I will not only bring my zeal, vast experience, and hard work ethic, but also will bring a very unique perspective to the group, being the only female candidate. Additionally, I like to encourage our younger generation to participate in JCSC and come forward and join in the EC and climb the ladder to be a leader in our community. Since I am immigrated to this country at very young age, I feel I am a sandwich generation. I know what our elders need, and I can anticipate what our younger generation requirement. If you think I am a fit for this position, please vote for me. Thank you for your support and your time. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, Ramila Ben. Pankaj bhai, you are next.
You should be able to unmute yourself. Okay. I'm sending a message. You should get a pop-up. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, Pankaj bhai.
Ritesh bhai, સાંભળી શકો છો?
Yes, Pankaj bhai. Yeah, we can.
Okay, thank you. Pranam and Jai Jinendra all. As Ritesh bhai said, my name is Pankaj Sheth, and I would be honored to serve as your next BOD member. Many of you are familiar with my contribution to our Jain temple, and I would like to name a few of them. To begin with, I have been a life member since 1996. I was in executive committee for 2 years. I have led few committees in Archala, Jaina, and Jain Temple anniversary. Neera and myself have contributed our efforts and earnings towards our Pajushan, Tapasvi, and celebrations. Mostly in the serving food committee. That's the most part I love about it, to serve people. And then at the time of Mahavir Jain Kalyanak Vakte, like helping Yogesh Bhai and all the team for fundraising for Giboli. So that's most, but the most notably, I've spent years serving our youth Pathshala, which is JCYC, for almost 15 years. I was an admin, helping all the children, giving them tardy sleep. Maybe I was not a best uncle then. Anyway, a more detailed list of my investments are on our website, but to focus today would be my two key initiatives. First, I hope and I wish to energize young adults and youth population, both. I want to inspire young generation to participate in Jain Center and to take ownership and pride for Jain Center for coming years. I feel that the young generation is losing a connection with us, and we need to connect. They seem to be lost, and when we see them, we feel that they are lost and we are lost. So we really need to get together and solve this problem. Also, I would like to connect younger generation and answer their queries as much as possible. We need Jain Center to see faces with new leadership, and I would do my best to get it down. The second most important, I also want to increase avenues for fundraising to ensure the future of our Jain Center. For years, we are grateful to many of our big donors and would like to see our new generations come up and participating in donation. I want to use this opportunity to grow our tradition of daan and increase the number of donors, even if the amount is small. By donating to our center, you are investing more than money, you are investing your heart. And for me, that most matters. And for now, this is what I want to emphasize on both the things. So thank you again for listening to me. And Please vote for me. Looking forward to see you all. Thank you. Pranam. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, Pankaj Bhai. Next is Heminder Bhai Doshi.
Heminder Bhai, you are still muted. We cannot hear you, Heminder Bhai.
Heminder Bhai, we cannot hear you.
He muted again.
Unmute.
Yeah, I sent him the message again. I'm just gonna make the candidates co-host so they can unmute themselves. Let's just make it easy.
Okay. Nilesh Bhai, I just called him. He's just signing out and signing in just to make sure.
Okay.
Maybe we should go with the next candidate and 1 second. Heminder Bhai, can you hear us?
He is unmuted, so on Zoom he is unmuted.
Okay, I'll call him offline. 1 second. Right. Maybe he said he's signing it again. Just log out. I think we can wait for a second. So just for the remainder candidate, we just, since we have kept the timer at 4:30, so when 1 minute is left, it will give a bell just to give 30 seconds a reminder. And then when it goes to 0, it will be completely off. The mic will be off.
Okay.
Easy logged in.
Yeah, I see him again. I've made him co-host, so he should be able to unmute himself.
Jai Jinendra, am I audible now?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Thank you. Sorry for this confusion. I'll probably start myself on this course of events. Thank you very much to the nomination committee as well as the election committee for the hard work that you've been doing. Jain Center has had a lot of contributions from a lot of volunteers and donors. And we are very proud that we've come up with such an excellent center. We have been in the forefront for quite a few years. I wouldn't say we are the main torch bearers of the religious activities all over US, but we are very much in the forefront. And my vision is to continue with the religious activities that we have been doing, as well as also get connected with the cultural social activities. I think we're missing that link, and we're probably putting off quite a quite a bit of youngsters. And my vision is to have that connection established. I would definitely want a lot of people to join hands. I don't think just by my being elected as a BOD member can achieve that purpose. It will definitely help it in a much bigger way. But whatever community members that are listening to this program, I would encourage them to join hands with whoever has been elected for this position and for all the other positions to work together, form a single team, and create a common goal. That is all my purpose of being on this election. I would want my action and hard work, my diligence, my past dedication to speak for myself. And if the community feels that I am the right person, I would definitely expect them to vote for me. Thank you so much for providing me this opportunity. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Hemendra Bhai Doshi.
Yeah.
Now we will go to the two vice president candidate, and we'll start with Ketan Bhai Parekh.
Pranam and Jai Jinendra. My name is Ketan Parekh and I'm running from JCSC Vice President position. First of all, I like to thank Nomination and Election Committee for their seva. Also, I like to thank the entire community for their support. Without their support, I wouldn't be here speaking in front of you. So thank you, everyone. I live in Cyprus with my wife Bhavna, son Raj, and daughter Krisha. I work as a director of quality for a company called Perigo. Having been part of our Jain Center for past 26 years, the Jain Center has become a part of my life. The center has supported my family religious journey through Pathshala classes, Swadhyayas, dignitary lectures, and various religious activities. Our center plays a vital role in our life. I have been actively involved since 1997, serving our center by keeping the best interest of our community. It has been my privilege to be part of the various committees like EC, BOD, Religious Committee, the JCYC Winter Camp Committee, and the Solar Project Committee. During my term as an EC member, from 2014 to 2018, I got opportunity to serve in many areas, few of them like organizing the religious activity, serving the food during Ambil Ekasna Swami Vatsalya, counting the Bhandar, organizing the key for our Jain centers, maintaining the lifetime Tithi program, and also installing the solar panel projects. Currently, I'm serving as a secretary since 2019. This is my second term. As a secretary, I have taken additional responsibility, just to mention few, like, conducting ECBOD and general body meetings, keeping the minutes of meeting, managing our lifetime membership database, and assisting our nomination and election committee, to name a few. Through these experiences, I have realized the amount of work and dedication required to run our Jain Center. I find great fulfillment in my current role as a secretary. And with your support and blessing, I'm like to commit 2 more years with the greater responsibility as your vice president. As our center undergoes expansion, we faces some new challenges and the opportunities. Some of these include the sustainable fundraising, encouraging youth participation, advancing phase 3 development, efficient management of our live membership database, promoting inclusivity and equanimity for all sects practicing Jainism, and management of our website. As a VP role, I will be committed to contribute meaningful to these challenges and opportunity, striving to make a significant difference. My mission is to serve our Jain Center by tan, man, and dhan for its success and progress. And to fulfill my mission, I am counting on your vote. So please vote for me. Jai Jinendra, thank you for listening and for your support.
Thank you, Ketan. Next, Jignesh Bhai Mehta. Can you unmute from your side?
Yes. Can you hear me okay now?
Yes. Go ahead.
Jai Jinendra to all. I would like to say thank you to Election and Nomination Committee and also all candidates. I believe this election has to happen every time. The reason why I call as a checks and balances. And we as a center to succeed, it is mandatory and necessary to have checks and balances in place. So that being said, let me introduce myself. That I am Jignesh Mehta. Professionally, I am a pharmacist, and I have worked through the pandemic, and all knows that, and everyone knows in a community, not only the JCSC, also the surrounding community, Artesia, Buena Park, and even all the way LA, that we have done lots of vaccination camp, which is a humanitarian way. This is an outside the wall, four wall, that I communicate and help the others. So this is the basic value of Jains and that I born with and I had to live with. And I request to do the same and expect to do the same for everyone. That being said, I'm also a preceptor and adjunct faculty, also with Chapman, also with USC and Western University. What that brings on the table for the Jain Center with that value is to bring up the young youth and bring it up to the committee and to the management position. And I know a lot better than anyone else probably, or I don't know who else other has a qualification or not, but at least I can say that I have that ability to bring them up. So at least I can say on my behalf. My policy would be all-inclusive policy. I believe the center is getting bigger. You can practicing Jainism several different ways, and still you are practicing Jainism, and we should allowing to practice them. And also, if necessary, I would like to establish and propose it to permanent bylaw committee to continuously improvement and inclusion of improvement of the bylaws. Also, I help in management-wise in the Jaina, also winter camp in the past, and lately for last 5 years as a food committee chair. Once upon I given a duty as to serve as EC to serve a food in the Patsala, then success and later on decided to give up by the Patsala member to manage it. In both roles, I have successfully done. Recently, handling anytime the food activity is happening, and in management-wise, I helped out. And I would say I helped out as a management part of it, but mostly done by a lot of other volunteers as well, and they help executing well with it. So I'm believing in the team and team management. That being said, I have that quality to build the team and building the team ideas and execute the ideas. And for that ideas, I'm asking for your vote. Thank you, and Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, Jignesh Bhai. We will now come with the speeches for two of the president candidates. We'll start with Samir Shah. Samir, you can start.
Pranam, Jai Jinendra, everyone. Today, I'm not going to talk about myself. You all know who I am. And about my contribution in Seva for our center. Everything is on our website also, so you can visit our website and read about me. Rather, since I'm contesting for a strategic position, I wanted to spend this time to talk about my vision. This year in May, we celebrated 35th anniversary of our center. 35 years bring back lots of memories. However, at the same time, it also makes us wonder about those who founded our center. Most of our founders are still there and still providing the oxygen to our center. Why our center became one of the leading centers in Northern America? Sometimes we should ask that question. However, the answer is very simple. Those who founded our center were young when they did so. Most of them are now in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. But 35 years ago, they were in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. Now we have some acute issues, naming, losing the trust of our long-term patrons from our leadership. Our leadership at the moment, unfortunately, lacks the trust of our own subsidiaries, Jain Center subsidiaries, and sister organizations. We have a growing friction among the Deravasis, Thanakvasis, and Digambar communities. We are in the midst of a dwindling financial health with only $100,000 cash in hand and a rising receivables that has crossed over $1.2 million. It is the time now that we wake up and create an ecosystem that can support our sustainable vision. Our finances must improve now. The unconditional commitment from our volunteers must be achieved. A balanced spiritual as well as socio-cultural engagement must coexist. For years, we have talked about empowering and cultivating the younger generation. Now is the time to walk the talk by using the strength, energy, and a fresh approach from our younger generation. Let's have them come forward to lead our center. Let them introduce the use of automation, the smarter technologies, Internet of Things, the artificial intelligence systems, etc., that can improve the efficiency of our treasury operations. Let's use the strength of our young volunteers to create a network of lumens that can guide our youth professionally. Let's use the strength of our young couples to create a sustainable Jain Center. Let's create a sense of belonging for our youth. Now, they will participate and commit only if they see like-minded young individuals at the top leadership of our center. Many centers across North America have already proven this model, but we are falling behind. Let's win back the support of our patrons, donors, our subsidiaries, all factions. It is high time now. I'm asking for your support. Please help me. Please empower me. Please embrace me. Let's all make our Jain Center the leader that it used to be. Thank you so much. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, Samir Shah. Now, Yogesh Baisha, our last candidate. Yogesh Bhai, you need to unmute from your side.
One minute. I'm doing it. He should be able to do it now.
Yeah. Jai Jinendra, Pranam everyone. First of all, I like to wish all the best to all the candidates. Everybody has a good heart for our center to serve, and I'm very happy to know that. I am currently a president I served my only 24 years old back in 1979 when we established our center. I never stopped working for our center from that day on. During my life, I was involved with all the progress we have done as of today, creating the funds to build our acquire very first property and build the temple, then surrounding properties, and the growth for our cultural building, the Volvo parking lot, and there was another lot that we bought and sold, and then also the church building I was involved. With that, I have collected much needed funds so far for our center, and it's all known facts that I'm just kind of mentioning, but I have served the Jain Center from day one, very first EC committee, then on and off all the time in the committee. I was a vice president before. I served board of directors before, and finally I'm president with the request from a lot of well-wishers. I like to continue to make our center's strength financially a little stronger. We have currently, after the last pollution, our position has become stronger than before. Currently, we are positive 600,000 plus in a positive numbers for our Jain Center, the bottom line I'm talking about. And if I get another chance to be a president, to serve as a president, I am sure we will bring that fund to the safest level that Jain Center should have. And that's my goal. As far as the young, last 2 years, I have contact one-on-one with a lot of young parents, and I encourage them to join. And you can see the pattern in these 2 years that young generations has come through with the funds in Boli and other lab. And also currently even my EC team, we have, besides me, maybe all the young generations working. And they all working as a very good team, and I'm very proud of them. And I will continue to do so. And I will encourage them to work better and better for our center. Thank you very much. I appreciate all the committee members for their seva and all our Jain Center member to support me. Jai Jindra, thank you very much.
Thank you, Yogesh Bhai. So that completes the speeches of all the candidates who are running for the election. We have started getting a few questions, and just a reminder before we start having a Q&A session, we will go through the questions. We will, in the order it is received, and reminding that it will be at the discretion. We want to make sure there is no negativity part. Questions are appropriate. No personal direct attack or targeted to any candidates. So we will just go through that, and Dhwani will announce, between me and Dhwani, we will announce the questions. And we have the candidate names. With that, it will be announced. So just reminding, we will have around 20 minutes for the Q&A sessions, and would remind the candidates to remain their response concise within 60 seconds. And if the question involves multiple questions, which we see in 1 or 2 cases, may require to go up to 2 minutes maximum. So just giving benefits so we can address all the questions received so far. All right, anything else, Twani, before we start?
No, I think that's good.
Okay.
So I'll start with the first question. The first question is to Yogesh Bhai. The question is, what will you do to reduce the outstanding pledges amounts owed to Derasar? So if you want, I can repeat it.
Go ahead.
What will you do to reduce the outstanding pledges amounts owed to Derasar? That's the question.
Okay, the outstanding pledges I started working on get the latest report, and I'm already working on to collect those outstanding pledges. I like to contact the major donors. At least I like to contact on personal basis, and the smaller people, those who still owes us money, like small amount, $100, $500. I like if we can collect those. Maybe they forget to pay, or they may not know when they say some boli or something. So we're gonna put that task force to work on it and try to collect. And we will make sure that funds will be collected, major funds will be collected in next 6 to 8 months period, and we will bring it.
Okay, next question, Dhoni.
Okay. The next question is for both the presidents. How do you plan to accommodate all sects of JCSC for their Aradhana and spiritual growth at Jain Center? So who would like to go first?
I can go first, if that's
Sure,
okay,
go ahead.
Yogesh Bhai.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So I've been, as a disciple of Jainism, and from what I've learned, Param Kripalu Dev wrote in Amulya Tattva Vichar when he was only 16, Sarvat Mama Drashti Do Avachanane Hradaya Lako. So that's what I've been practicing. Not only, we are only talking about different sects. I believe in Sarvatmama Samadrashti. All the Atmas are equal. The equanimity is the essential of Jainism. And we talk about ahimsa a lot, but ahimsa is just a byproduct of equanimity. And equanimity towards all the souls, not only the Gambars or Shvetambars. And I have been working in EC for the last 10 years, and also as a PR. I've never, seen them as Digambar or, Stanakwasi, or everybody knows. I've never been biased, and I'll continue to make sure that, everyone at Jain Center, all the community members, they continue to have the same rights and the ability to do their sadhana without any issues. Thank you.
Thank you. Yogesh Bhai?
Since I'm a part of the founding member of our center, our vision from beginning is to keep the community together. Over the time, people felt that there is some disconnect happen. But in last 2 years, if you see it, we allowed everyone to do their Kriya, Sadhana, whatever at our center. We do allow everyone to do, we say no to anyone. And in that regards, we have all our sects members did their rituals, or even if they have to do 10, 12 people together and videos or whatever, we allow them. And they did it and they are very happy. I think we can do that and make sure that they continue to do that, and we allow them to do that. Because center is built for everyone to practice their beliefs as long as it's within our Jainism principles. And we like to do that, we will do it, and that's our vision from. And I will continue to promote and allow every sect to do their rituals, their kriya, their dharma, the way they are doing it within their guidelines. So that's, and I have proven history and shouldn't be any issue with it.
Thank you very much. So the next question is actually also for both of you. Please describe your...
Dhwani, sorry to disturb you. Is it okay if I want to say something on this, a little bit like 30 seconds or something? Is it okay?
Can we have come back once we finish the question? If you don't mind, just want to value the time, Ketan.
No problem. I just want to, because, okay, sure.
We'll come back.
Come back. Yes. Thank you. So the next question is for both of you. Please describe your positive qualities. So maybe Yogesh bhai, if you want to go first this time.
I think he's been having internet issues.
Yeah.
The question is?
The question is, please describe your positive qualities. Yogesh bhai?
I think his screen is frozen.
I think he just dropped.
Yeah, we can go with Samir.
Hello?
Hello?
He's back, I guess.
Yeah, I'm in New Jersey right now, and where I am right now, the signal is not that great, but that's why I lost the signal.
No worries. Should I repeat?
So anyway, can I continue?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
So it is to describe your positive qualities.
My positive quality is already, I think it's obvious that I'm like an inclusive kind of person, and I am very friendly. I have no restriction as far as greeting anybody from small guy to big guy or in between. And I don't recall that I have any issue personally with anybody, not at our center, even on my professional life or my any personal life relationship with anybody. So I think I have very positive approach to any issue or any people that I talk to. And I think I cannot say too much about me on that. My record speaks itself on its own. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Samir bhai.
Thank you. So for me, it's very precise and simple. I have 3 T's and 3 H formula. 3 T's stand for teamwork, trust, and transparency. 3H stand for humble, hardworking, and honest. I wanted to add that I have also over 25 years of working in corporate and various leadership positions, and also entrepreneurial experience with managing multiple businesses. Thank you.
Thank you. So the next question is for all the BOT candidates, Board of Directors. So the question is, do you believe we are completely utilizing existing JCSC infrastructure, including building, which exists as of today? If you believe we are not utilizing, can you please explain how we can utilize? So,
Rajendra, if you don't mind, I can go ahead with that answer.
Sure, go ahead.
Yes, maybe at the current level, we are probably not utilizing it to the fullest level, but I think the question of utilizing the building has a relative relevance in the sense we are not a corporation for working out dimes and nickels and looking at the bottom line. I think that's the attitude a lot of people have of looking at utilization. So I would have a different approach in the sense, are we really using this center for getting the community together and having them come together for helping each other and having programs which would encourage a better religious activities and growth. Utilizing the center by renting it out, that could be another way of looking at it, but I don't think that's what I believe in. Creating programs that can be useful for the community, that is where I think I would lead the whole center to. Thank you.
Thank you. Pankaj Bhai, would you like to go next?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. In fact, I would. It's of course it's our temple, there are sir. But sometimes you, with financial crisis, you still have to. You have to give a thought on a corporate level. People are taking us, or even the members, they're taking us for granted. Everything is free. We need a lot of respect. So I would have a look into it on a corporate level where I can get some money. Like apne Pathshala we have like what is this called? Niche we have post office. So we are getting money on renting and stuff, but we could really work on a level where we could make more money and make sure that we get enough finance to make it more financial stable. That's all. But we need to look in a corporate level.
Thank you. Namita, would you like to go?
I think we should increase community services. We should increase the program for children and our seniors. And more religious activity for all the sects. Yes, we have to look at expenses, but that's not the only thing we should look at for our center. When we build it, we haven't looked at build it just only making the money. We have to collect to run the center, and if we collect that, that should be enough.
Thank you, all of you.
Thank you. I'll go with the next question. The question is to all the 4 candidates, 2 president and 2 vice president. What is our position? What is your position to the candidates? Basically, the question is on the expansion of the church property. And I will just speak the follow-up question so you can combine together your response. If you do support full expansion, then how would you raise $20 million, whatever it costs approximately? And are you in favor of borrowing from the bank? Question is, if you do not support full expansion, then what are the alternatives you have in your mind for our need for the classrooms, parking, and dining? So I guess we will go with, if anybody wants to volunteer, since
I can go. I can go.
Go ahead.
Okay. The expansion of the building in the back. Let me put it this way. I myself has donated money towards that building, and I don't want to give the money amount right now. It's not proper time to say it anyways. So I'm for it, yes. At the same time, when the survey went out, I also proposed, and somehow it didn't went out correctly or translated into correctly, whatever the reason. But I say the community, when they allowing to propose A, B, or C, I say put the perspective, how much would you donate by selecting that proposal? Whether you select 5,000 to 50,000 to $1 million, regardless of the money, what the patron would think that is appropriate for them to donate. So first of all, those survey has, to me, technically has not fulfilled the purpose of it. Now, if the center is not ready, it's up to the community what they want. It's not that my view counts, what I want. So remember, it's the community what they want. So community wants the loan, it's up to the community. If community wants to donate and free from the liability, it's up to the community. But it should not be burdened what I think and what we think as a EC or BOD. Thank you.
Ketan Bhai, would you like to go next?
Sure, thank you, Dhoni. I do support the expansion based on what is our community needs. I think our community needs are, immediate needs are, we need more parking, secure parking, because when we have a bigger events, then the parking is one of a challenge. Also, we need a bigger dining area, and then we need some Pathshala classrooms, added classrooms. So those are the three immediate needs. So I will support the expansion to meet those needs. Thank you.
You, Ketan? Sorry, Dhoni, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Nitish.
Yeah. Samir Bhai, you would like to take the lead?
Sure. So first of all, I wanted to say to everyone who's asking questions to know one thing. A lot of you may not be in EC or BOD or know the structure of our corporation. We are a corporation, and we run a democratic corporation. Presidents or vice president or board of directors, one individual do not hold any right, special veto powers to influence a decision. However, I personally believe that we have needs. Yes, so we have been growing since the inception, and our needs will also grow as we get bigger and bigger. We will have more people participating, which is a good thing. But at the same time, we need the support system, the infrastructure to be developed also. So based on our existing financials and the needs, right, we have to align them both, and we'll go with the best available option for expansion. Thank you.
Thank you, Samir. Yogesh Bhai, you would like to say something?
Well, when money comes, okay. So when
Yogesh,
from my experience of my whole life, before even for the project and get the project done. And so I am pretty much sure to get the funds for the project Even if it's 18 million, it's not an issue for our community. I have done it in past and I can do it again. As far as the need is there, is 100% there. We need to have it. And that's the reason we are working on to get the survey out to see what the community wants. Community wants it. We know that. It's our job to make it happen. And that's what we're going to make it happen. Money, again, I stand by with it. To get the money from community, it's not that hard as we think. Once the project starts, money will come. And I can even right now tell between 10 to 11 million, if we approve the project, I can get it within days, not even months to start. Then money will flow, rest of the money to the project. We can finish the project. That's what I can, that much I can tell. Jai Jinendra.
Thank you, Yogesh bhai. Dhoni, go ahead with the next.
So the next question is for both the presidential candidates, Yogesh bhai and Samir bhai. Where do you see Jain Center in 5 years? So first Yogesh bhai and then Samir. Right.
In 5 years, I see the Jain Center. Let me tell you, Jain Center is going in the right direction, in my opinion. We have our center about 1,300. So fine, but overall, we look at it. Our center's image is so center is management to make our center look good and better. We have to improve. One person cannot do anything to Jain Center to make it better. It's active approach. And that's the reason even I mentioned at the time of nomination when we announced, those who want to serve the community, it takes time, it needs a dedication. So come forward. And that's what we're looking for, more than anything, to make our center to progress and take it to the level, better level from wherever we are today. And I think in 5 years, our center is going to be even more shining, more shiner. That's what I'm looking at. And I'm sure we will do it.
Thank you. Samir bhai?
Jai Jinendra. So my vision is very straight, and that is I'm contesting this election for only one reason. I've said this over and again, and I'm going to repeat myself. And that is, I want to create an ecosystem that is that provides a sustainable Jain Center, meaning we don't have to go out every 6 months to our community and ask for example, operational expenses. We need to build that ecosystem where the youth, the earning youth, which is capable, that exists today. We just need to create that sense of belonging where they see like-minded youth in the leadership. And that's the only way to take this Jain Center to a sustainable model. I mean, we have in front of us many centers already. I mean, we have been leaders, okay? We've been leaders in everything else, except we are falling behind in getting our youth. And in 5 years, that's what I want to see, where we have a sustainable Jain Center in finance, in operation excellence, where we have all the youth involved and they see a sense of belonging. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is for Jignesh bhai. Can you please share a couple of examples of key reforms you plan to bring which are closest to your heart?
Okay. the closest to my heart. Since after serving so many years in food committee and continuing serving, it requires lots of improvement, and that also has to be inclusion of the expansion plan, if not at better, at the minimal, to improve the kitchen safety, kitchen safe, where we can bring from outside India, let's say our Bhojansala from India, and permanent positions that can sustain our own Bhojansala program and own the own lunch program any given time. More capability, more automation in the kitchen area, and also the main purpose is also I get a lot of inquiries from the communities. Can we have a Jain tiffin? I mean, this is something that is we are lacking. Why we don't have a Jain tiffin service? I mean, people do ask for it, and as we have aging population in our Jains, this is a common request and demand, and we think we should collectively think how we do fulfill it. At least not by the Jain Center expenses, obviously by their own contribution at the same time, but some kind of a sustainable program we can do. And this is by my closest heart at this point.
Thank you. The next question is for both the vice president candidates. What is one thing you would like to see changed in JCSC? So first Ketan bhai and then Jignesh bhai.
I think I will say, I think the one thing that I like to see that needs to change is like we should treat all the sects as one. We are part of Mahavir Bhagwan's family. We are all children of Mahavir Bhagwan. And, in any family, people do the things slightly differently. So I see that all the sects, Digambar, Shwetambar, Stanakwasi, they may have different rituals, but at the end of the day, we are all part of one family. So I will want to make sure that we respect each other rituals and tradition, and we work as a one family rather than saying we are Digambar or Shwetambar or Stanakwasi. So that is one thing that I like to see, that how we can work as a family and do our rituals and progress in our religious journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Ketan bhai. Our next question is also to Ketan bhai.
I think I'm left.
Sorry, Jignesh bhai is left.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
Jignesh bhai is left.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Mechavindukram, go ahead.
Okay. So as I mentioned in my, the biodata or in the elections, I said that the all patron has given the rights by the bylaws. Bylaws need some reforms. Bylaws also protecting all members for to do their rituals and all other belief of Jains. Now, that could be any sect. It could be Shwetambar, Stanakwasi, Digambar. I personally studied in a Stanakwasi Jain boarding. I'm a Shwetambar. I'm married to a Stanakwasi family, and I have friends with the Digambars. So, to me, it's all our Jains. The practicing could be different. The approach is the same. So, with that mind, we should have the same mind, everyone, and we have to educate everyone the same way if work.
Thank you, Jignesh. Question is to Ketan. Will be pretty quick, and I would appreciate if the candidates can be a little bit more brief, since we have a few more questions, so we can finish on time. So question is for Ketan. You mentioned in candidate's profile as our center undergoes expansion. Can you please provide 2 reasons why you believe we need to expand center if we only have $100,000 cash balance?
Again, I think the thing is, I will say, again, we have to see our community needs. and also the financials, right? So we are going to hold a general body meeting to ask the community, saying, okay, if you want the expansion, then you have to also give the money, right? So without money, none of the project, work, right? Whether it's a corporate or whether it's a non-profit organization. So again, the decision is with the general body to make, saying, whether we need expansion and where the money will come from. So I will say I support the expansion when general body is ready to fund the project, and then we can go from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Ketan. Okay, the next question is for Samir. You mentioned we have friction between sects. Can you please provide one example of friction which you have noticed, and how would you have to resolve it appropriately?
Oh, sure. Yes. So we've had a few instances recently where we had frictions. First, during the Paryushan, we had the Samaik, the Pratikaman issue. And then, recently we had one issue with our Digambar community. I think having, proper communication would be essential. Understanding, everybody's needs, making decisions in silos is something that, that will haunt us if we continue doing that. I think we need to have a collaborative approach, across for all the sects. And we have to make sure that we follow the processes, that we have in place. That requires a supporting, democratic process where, communication flows through the entire EC for all the operations and for, within BOD for any long-term strategic goals. So if we continue to follow that, we shouldn't have any problem. At the same time, we have to listen as the leaders and address all the issues from all the sects. That's what I would say.
Thank you, Samir. We have few questions we are trying to consolidate. So the question is to both the president. How do you plan to keep our Jain Center vegan? Since I would leave it up to you if anybody would like to volunteer to go first, or
what can you repeat the question for the last portion of the question?
Question is, how do you plan to keep our Jain Center vegan?
How do we keep the vegan? It is a vegan. We try to keep it vegan, and in my opinion, educating the people in the sense of we are Jains. A lot of our members, they do the ekasanas, ambel over the years. 8 ambel ke 8 ekasana, no ambel ekasana આપણા કેટલાય મેમ્બરો કરતા હોય તો આપણે એક મગજમાં રાખવું જોઈએ કે વર્ષના આપણે જો 12-15 મીલ લેતા હોય ટોટલ એવરેજ કે 20 મીલ લેતા હોય તો આપણે આપણી લાઈફના એક 20 મીલ ના છોડી શકીએ. અને આમાં છોડવાનું 100% તો હોતું નથી. એક આઈટમ કદાચ તમને હોય તો તમે 1-2 આઈટમ છોડી શકીને ખાઈ તો શકો છો. તો vegan અને but educating the members is more important if you want to keep the veganism, and that's what I would approach it to keep it veganism, to educate people in the sense of religious point of view. We are Jains. All you are doing is giving up the portion of your meal, if you are going and you following the vegan food, following Jainism, and you are respecting your own religion. That's my approach.
Thank you, Yogesh bhai. Samir.
Janendra. So, as a president, and leader of Jain Center, everyone's leader's role is to protect the mandate, whatever the existing mandate is, and go with it until it's changed, until such mandate is changed. And that can be changed, or we stay with it. But the president's role is to protect the existing mandate and enforce it. Thank you.
Thank you, Samir. I think the same question, somebody had a question for Jignesh, right? Since you are a part of the food committee, would you like to say anything on that?
Yes, being a food committee for last 5 years, and also almost the vegan center is almost the same time. I do get lots of comments about that, the food. It's always the comments and always the suggestions. But as I said, I have to respect the decision that is always made by any committee, any given time. And we have to respect and we have to mandate the rules, unless and otherwise it's demanded by the community. But it's the community's choice, not by my choice or anything. So I respect the EC's and BOD's decision whenever and however it is taken, and we also should be respect that, and we have to respect that.
Okay. Thank you, Jignesh. Dhoni, you can go next.
Okay. Yes. The next question is to both our candidates for presidents. Lately, our community has lost trust and confidence in current management. How would you earn it back? So, if any one of you would like to go first. Yogesh bhai, would you like to go first?
Okay, so I can go. If there is a issue with trust, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Question arises that the trust right now.
Yes.
In the committee, in the management,
Yogesh bhai, you're breaking up.
I think he dropped out.
Dropped out.
Maybe we can have Samir to say it once he's back.
Jai Janendra?
Yes.
Earlier, when question was asked about my strengths, I've spoken about 3T formula: teamwork, trust, and transparency. So if we have these three with humbleness and honesty, and if we follow the process, the SOPs that we have, the bylaws we have all these guiding rails, right? To make sure that such distrust never happen. Okay. If our intentions are clear, if we are following our religion and the teachings of Mahaswami, and we are making sure that we communicate, we collaborate, and we listen to our community. If we know the sense of our community, the pulse of our community, then we would never have this distrust. And if I become president, I'll make sure that I'm able to continue that practice. Thank you.
Since Yogesh Bhai is back.
Yes.
Yogesh Bhai, would you like to comment? Since you got disconnected previously.
Yeah, like I said, so weak, the internet here is just coming and going. So anyway, so like I say, there is I think if any issue comes or any question comes, anybody has any of that kind of issue, then I think they should contact person directly, but this is the issue I have with you. Or even if it doesn't matter who it is, directly clear that issue with the person. Though there's most of the time, maybe I think there is some misunderstanding, and misunderstanding can create the issue, and there may not be an issue even. So I would say anytime in any organization, if there is any issue, rather than talking through others or whatever, talk directly. If this is the issue and it can be brought to the point right at the table, if this is the issue going on, there is a trust issue. We have lately, the issue came and we had the meetings to that group and we talk to them and we are resolving. So trust comes only when you are ignoring, not taking care of it. Then the trust, they don't trust you because you don't do anything about it. So I think, if those things is going on, I feel very bad about it, that it should not happen. And if it is happening, I again say, contact the management and bring it to their attention. These are the trust issue we have. Even point blank ask, no problem. Because management sometimes don't know if the issue is there. So that's what I would have to say.
Thank you.
Open communication.
Thank you. Go ahead, Bindavani.
Thank you. The next question is also for both Yogesh Bhai and Samir Bhai. Our accounting system needs to be improved. It has serious flaws. What would you do to improve it?
Okay. Personally, I've been trying to improve the area of our accounting, attending every Sunday, being present over there and fixing the issues, and we fix quite a bit so far. I will continue to do that, and then overall accounting system, I even have talked to the accounting outsourcing. They are ready to help us, no cost to Jain Center. And we assign the task, and it's as of right now is in the progress. The two tasks we have going on right now in that regards. One is our technical side and the accounting side. And we have offer standing from both areas to get the help. And we can get that help, will make so much easier for Jain Center to handle our accounting task. And I'm working on it as we speak right now on that. And I have local person also ready to help to improve our accounting, and he will bear all the cost. He will put his own employee for our account and get monthly statement, our financial, without fail by every second or third of the month. And I'm also considering that to have it. So we are working on that for all this last year and a half, and we continue do it and implement that.
Thank you, Yogesh Bhai. Samir? Bye.
Yeah, Janindra. So earlier I said during my 4 minutes that we are in the era of technology. We are in the era of artificial intelligence. A lot of industries, including the healthcare industry that I work in the payer space, the outstanding balances, for example, the receivables for the claims in healthcare system have gone down by over 60 to 70% just by using the artificial intelligence. I think it's high time that we bring the automation, we bring the artificial intelligence, the power of AI, to learn the patterns and understand the false pledges, duplicate accounts, etc. that we have. Our receivables, outstanding receivables have grown from 850,000 to 1.2 million in last 2 years. We have to focus on that, and we have to clean up. We need technology. I said this earlier, we need an ecosystem where younger people get involved in supporting our treasury. I think we need more manpower and we need more technology to resolve this issue. Thank you.
Thank you, both of you. Ritesh, would you like to continue?
Yes. Okay, I think we are 2 questions left and we can wrap this up. So the one question is for, again, to all the candidates, but we will just limit to maybe 1 candidate at each position because of the time. The question asked was, 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry. It's so all the candidates. It says our monthly general expenses increase day by day. What is your plan to increase general fund? I think the question is, how do we raise the funding for the general fund for Sadharan fund, since our general operating expenses are going high for Jain Center? So since they've not, it says to all the candidates, but due to time constraints, I would just suggest if anybody would like to volunteer from each position, so it's fair to provide. So Ketan, you would like to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Ritesh. I think it's a valid concern that we have, and I said in my a speech also, that sustainable fundraising, and the best way is to do it like monthly auto deduction, where the whole community can participate based on what they like to participate, starting we can say from $50 to maybe $500 to $1,000. Whoever has what capacity they can participate, and this will generate a sustainable fund, especially for general fund, that we can use it in our monthly expenses. Thank you.
Yes.
Can I say for a second?
Yeah, go ahead, sir, Jignesh.
I know the expenses are increasing, number one, due to the inflation and inflationary condition that we are in right now. So the thing is, we have to create the culture for owning a temple. Once the ownership comes in the mind, the fund will flow through automatically. The program is already in place, whether it's a deductible or pledges and everything. But I think the one thing that we are lacking is the ownership of the temple. And we have to create that culture. Thank you.
Thank you. Samir, you can go next.
Hey, Jinendra. So as I've mentioned today many times, I think it's a catch-22 situation, right? But in my opinion, we must create an ecosystem where young people come forward. They see, a sense of belonging. Unless we are able to create that, unless we are becoming part of their journey, they go to Pathshala, they become young adult, and then they go to college. We have to hold their hand. We have to help them with their journey until they become a professional or an executive. You'd be surprised, we have over 30 CEOs who are alumni of our Jain Center. I know Hemendra Uncle has been telling me for last 2 years to create an organization for our alumni. If we are able to do all that and connect the dots, I think it's easy to get there where we have a sustainable ecosystem so that we don't have to go out every 6 months and ask for operational. Our largest operational expense, by the way, are outside services, and that include maintenance, because we are aging. It's been almost 18 years since we inaugurated this building. So we are aging. The maintenance will only go up. So we have to be mindful of that. We have to be mindful of the inflation, like Jignesh mentioned, and create this sustainable environment. That way we can rest assured, and other centers have done this. So we just need to follow. Thank you.
Thank you, Samir. Hemendra Bhai?
I just say create a sense of belonging, provide programs that really interest people, create values through our swadhyayas and pathshala of giving out and donating. I think the basic values, if they are being propagated in the right manner, we should be able to definitely raise the funds. But we definitely also need to continue getting the support from the regular donors, because otherwise, yes, the youth will definitely join, but they need to be held hands with in the beginning, and that's exactly what we should be doing. These 3 ways are the only way we can be able to raise the funds for day-to-day operations.
Thank you, Hemendra Bhai. I think we have last question and we can wrap this up. Question to both the president candidates. Our JCSC is owed large amount of funds for UCR chair. How would you collect them back? What have you done so far? Since it is not addressed who goes first, if I would just ask if anybody would like to volunteer between the 2 presidential candidates.
Sure, I can.
If you want me to repeat, I can repeat the question.
No, I think I heard.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I think we already have in our BOD meeting minutes for last 2 meetings, we have action items that are pending, and we are pursuing that outstanding amount. And that's clearly in the meeting minutes for last 2 BOD meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, Samir. Yogesh Bhai, would you like to say something?
Well, we worked out, we supposed to get it, and then situation arise that we are not getting it. Then it was come to the point on the table in BOD in such a way that responsibility came on the people who signed the note or write off. And I say write off is not an option here, because Jain Center on borrowed money, there is not an option. And then the 4 people who signed, one of the signature, mine is as I was the one who get the loan for the cause from the community. That's the only involvement I have. So I signed that document as a witness, if you could, not a responsible to pay the loan. And then the responsible parties, for a reason, whatever that reason, they backed out and comes to the point where all 4 people should be responsible to pay. And I am still working on that area to resolve. I talked to other 3 people already, and I still need another month or two to finalize it. Nothing comes, I will make myself to take care of it. Even on my own, I have to take care of some part or whatever, which I will. And I mentioned that in our meeting too. Even though it's none of my responsibility, but I still take the responsibility to pay and take care of it if I have to. But I am still have hope that I can resolve that issue to get the funds. So that's where I am, and I will.
Thank you, Yogesh bhai. I think one last question popped up, and then we're gonna stop this here. It's to all the candidates, but keeping the time, it's already 10:45, and I know we are losing participants. So this is last question to all the candidates, but we will stick to if anybody would like to volunteer. Is donors are not donating too much now, then how do you raise the funds? I know it has been answered in some way or the other in the past from different ideas candidates presented, but just if anybody would like to go for it. Yes, Samir.
Can I go? Can
Go
I go,
ahead.
right? Okay. So let's put it this way. The center is getting bigger and bigger. We have different mindsets of practice and different way of practicing Jainism. We have to have a policy of all inclusive, not exclusion policy. When we start doing the including, then we will see the start of donation. But until then, I don't think it will happen. And we also have to look at it also, if any reason we are not able to get it, we have to restrict ourselves. It's just simply the business decision, and we have to stick with that decision. Thank you.
Yes, Samir, you can go. I know you raised your hand before. You can go next.
I think gaining the trust and faith back in our ability, from our longtime patrons is essential. Again, transparency, trust, teamwork, that will help gain that back. Lastly, I think we also need we have done very little in last 2 years, and when the community and the patrons don't see much activity or progress, they will stop supporting the initiatives because of the inaction. So I think we have to make sure that we are active in engaging our community and also in making sure that we are progressing well with trust and while taking everybody together. Thank you.
Thank you, Samir. Hemendra bhai.
Jai Jinendra, I'd like to be fair, neutral, and unbiased in this response. The issue about donations, I think we at Jain Center have never had any issues about donations whenever it has been needed. Whenever we've had a shortfall, we have been able to fulfill those requirements. Whenever there has been a project, there are donors. So whoever is making a comment of lack of donations, I think they probably are saying that a voluntary donations without a cause. And yes, we definitely need to work in that area. But whenever funds have been needed, we have been able to come up with the needed funds, no matter who the president is, no matter how the committee is, because the sense of giving, all of the community members still have that sense of giving, and that's what we admire, and that's why we are here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hemendra bhai. I think Ramila Ben raised hand. Ramila Ben, go ahead.
Yeah, Jai Jinendra. By empowering our community member and creating a sense of belonging. And if we give them a ownership, money will come. But they have to have a trust, and they have sense of that we belong in this community. This is our own, and we have to fulfill whatever the need for this center. Then money will come.
Thank you, Ramila Ben. I think
I would like to say something.
Okay, go ahead, Pankaj bhai.
I think we need to really increase life members at large. I have seen when I was a member of Jaina nomination committee, and I was trying to reach all the members. They were saying that, oh, I'm to life member nathi. And then it was so much surprise that they have the kids coming in Pathshala for 4 or 5 years, and they're not even life members. And then again, if they apply, there's a process of our Jain Center, which takes like 4 to 6 months. So we really need to increase life members, increase life membership also. That's number 2. Maybe we can increase a rental avenue also. Everything has gone expensive. Why not, increase the rental property? And so there are a lot of place where besides donors, we need to work as a company and find out where we can get the avenues from. We cannot every time depend on the donors. Just like let's put like on an automation, like atlu funds to ave japane. So we are secure kind of thing, And of course, like Ketan Bhai said and other directors said that we have a solar system that coming up. So the electricity bill go down. So we have to match. We have to try to get the income high and expense low. So that's where it's going to be a win-win situation. Asking money all the time is like, the community is rich, but it's like we don't want to beg to people every time. So let's put a plan where we can put on auto, where we can get good amount of money. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Pankaj bhai.
Thank you.
I think we are done with the questions. I know Ketan had a comment. You had raised a question. You would like to provide a comment to one of the question. Ketan, go ahead.
I think Ritesh, thank you for again following up. But no, I think I said that in one of the questions, what was I want to say. So thank you so much. And only thing on this fundraising, I think I agree with most of the candidates, like sense of belonging is the most important stuff. Once we have a sense of belonging, the fund will come. And also I agree with Hemendra Bhai, whenever we have a project, our community is very generous to donate. So I think sense of belonging with the projects and with the some kind of auto detection and all those will make sure that we have enough fund to run our organization. Thank you again.
Thank you, Ketan. Thank you to all the candidates for making it today's event and making it so successful, run smoothly. I know we ran a little bit over time, but wanted to give the benefit to the community so their questions are answered. And we tried our best to raise and appreciate everybody's help to maintain in the time frame. Again, just a reminder, the voting has started to all the community members. We're going to have a desk outside the wooden temple on November 5th, which is a Pathshala day, around 10 o'clock. Myself, Dhwani will be there. If anybody has any questions, we are happy to answer. And of course, we have, if anybody has not received emails or anything, there is a Google form been sent on the emails. If you can fill it out, we can look into that. And once we verify, we will respond back quickly. Again, the voting ends on December 2nd, 11 a.m. We encourage every people to vote. And it's very important you choose the right candidate, and appreciate for everybody's help and patience. We can end this with a Naukar mantra. And
before that, Ritesh and Dhani, thank you very much for conducting this session. You have done wonderful job on this one, keeping the time and everything. So on behalf of all of us, our EC, BOD, I really thank you from bottom of my heart. And Viren is not here, but he's part of it. He's not even in the country. So thank you very much for that. And hopefully we all have a rest of the time people have a good, like voting comes in, because our main issue is the total voting. Percentage of voting is not as satisfactory as we think we should get. So that is very important. Then, we get the vote. Voting overall has to be increased. And then I think, it's better that more people take participant in the voting. And then we can have better voice of the community. So that's what I think we should look for. And hopefully that happens. And I wish again all the candidates all the best. And future is in hands of our voters. And whatever comes out, we respect whatever the result comes out. And thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Yogesh bhai. I know Michami Dukram. Virendra is a part of the committee, but I know he's traveling. He was planning to join, but because of his some issues with travel, he could not.
By Ritesh.
Yes, Jayesh bhai.
May I make one comment?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
First of all, kudos to your committee for conducting this meeting so smoothly. It's not easy. From my years of experience, what I've seen, it takes a lot of efforts and planning. You have done a wonderful job. So your committee, I give a big kudos. And number two, I want to congratulate all the candidates. They have shown that zeal and desire to serve our community. Yes, we know everybody would not be winner, but at least they have shown that they have desire to serve the community. So all of them, they deserve big kudos, and all the best to everyone. Thank you. Good night, Jai Jinendra.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ritesh bhai, I have one request. તમે Sunday આપણે બેસીએ છીએ આપણે ટેબલ ઉપર. Can you put like a banner that it's for election this thing committee banner, so people know why you're sitting for. If there is any need, they have any questions, if they're not getting emails, you can help them. I know Dhwani was there last time, but people don't know why they are sitting for, and they're hesitant to come to you. But if you put a banner, they would see and they would try to approach you.
Sure.
Just a request.
We'll put some type of a screen or something. So if somebody can come there.
Put election help desk.
There you go.
Help desk or something. Sure.
Okay. We'll do that.
Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Thank you to all the candidates.
Thank you, and all the best again to all the candidates, and appreciate all the community members to stay until the end. Thank you so much.
Hey, Ritesh, one more thing. I wanted to thank Kishore Bhai Sanghvi and his team, nomination team, also with election team. Thank you so much for your seva. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayaryanam, Namo Uvajjayanam, Namo Loe Savvasahunam, Eso Panchanamukaro, Savvapava Panasano, Mangalanancha Savve Singh, Padamam Havai Mangalam.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Hello, Jai Jinendra, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.